Change, uncertainty, brutal market dynamics. Disruption has become the status quo, and it has been impacting businesses' capability to sustain operations and the bottom line. Now, more than ever before, it has become critical being able to react to changing environments, adapt plans, and test multiple scenarios in near real time.
Hello and welcome to this launch session for Acterys' latest release, version 22.2. My name is Martin Kratky, and I couldn't be more excited to showcase the results of the phenomenal work that our team has accomplished over the last 2 quarters, manifesting likely the most extensive efforts in the history of our solution suite. The innovations in the new version are focused on our 3 core principles: speed to value and running processes smarter and more securely. Doing all that as easily as possible, controlled by business users that own the process. These factors are more important than ever in an environment of relentless market conditions where survival is a constant challenge for organizations. Now more than ever before, it has become critical to react to changing environments, adapt plans, and test multiple scenarios in near real time. So speed is the essence, and was the key focus for Acterys 22.2. This is reflected, of course, in our ultra-fast planning engine, but also new options for building planning models even faster, as well as revolutionary new dynamic planning and real-time collaboration features. Let's have a look at the wave of innovation in a bit more detail. A perfect example of our speed focus is the new multi-update algorithm. The Acterys planning engine now intelligently combines multiple planning activities in a single step, which results in dramatic performance improvements. Complementing this is multi-threaded in-memory processing designed to provide users in large teams with instant insights of the effects of any planning entry and the implication of new scenarios. Enabling users to easily manage this power is the Acterys Modeller software as a service application. Here users will love a completely new user interface design that is not just very appealing, but also incorporates latest research around optimal user experience. Introduced in the previous 22.1 version, Acterys Hub now integrates all data integration processes in a single new section in the Acterys Modeller. This makes integration and modeling tasks much more manageable, while ensuring faster implementation times.
So here we see now the beautiful new interface of the Acterys Modeller, a completely new development that incorporates the latest research around interface design. It aims to simplify things as much as possible and not clutter the screen. So I can expand objects or hide them as I need them, as to not have too much on the screen. As before, we have all the wizards that guide users through the process. And we also have now the integration of learning materials, support, and social media directly in the model. It is also now separated into 2 different areas. We have the modeler section, where you can maintain and edit your models. For example, open up the account dimension and then directly edit your items here, either manually or with the validation that Acterys includes. So for example, calendar items, tick boxes, and others, and also the calculated columns. So if you have items here that are dynamically calculated as opposed to static hierarchies. We also have a new search function here where I can search for items and then directly edit them from here. So this was the modeling side of things. Now, as a new development, we have a completely separate side for data integration. You can see now the Acterys Hub section, where you can now manage all data integration aspects. So the initial addition of a new source, this can either be generic sources or our end-to-end apps for particular cloud-based accounting, CRM, and billing systems. And then with those sources, build your dimensions, your models and cubes, and you can also automate the process. So define jobs of items that you want to execute, and then schedule them in the interval that you want. For example, execute job 1 every day at 1:59 a.m. And this will then mean that the respective dimension updates, model loads are automatically executed in the cloud with all the sources that Acterys supports. So this is just a little overview of the great new features that are coming in the new model.
Power BI is one of the key pillars of Acterys. In version 22.2, we have made dramatic improvements to make the integration even easier and faster with the new Power BI automation feature. This now creates and updates models in Power BI instantly and even allows you to add calculation logic with automated DAX updates. The Acterys Power BI visuals add unparalleled planning and reporting capabilities to Power BI. They reflect a constant evolution over now more than 5 years of R&D, proven at the largest enterprises in the world. Let's start with one of the most widely used ones, Acterys Matrix. Here, I'm very proud to announce Acterys Matrix Gen 2 with a completely new calculation engine with the optimal plan based on those. It also now supports all Power BI DAX calculation features as well.
For the latest version of the Acterys Matrix, we have not just improved the existing version, but we're introducing a completely new visual, Gen 2, that supports the DAX subtotal engine, which means you can use DAX measures directly in the Acterys Matrix and they will calculate correctly across all hierarchies. Previously, you could only use the calculation option that the matrix provides. Another major improvement is the support of undo. So when you're doing an edit in the matrix, and you want to undo it, you can see what was the previous value and restore it to the previous value. So you always have the option to correct an error if you made one and don't have to repeat the entries again. Particularly useful when you have multiple entries.
Still on the same platform, but nearly unrecognizable given all the new features, is Acterys Variance. It now adds amazing new KPI card reporting capabilities.
Acterys Variance allows you now to switch between 4 different variance displays. So the absolute variance, the relative variance, and waterfall variance. With the waterfall variance, if you're using small multiples, they're all scaled to the same maximum value. So some of them can be small. So to give you better insights, the users have now the option to mark the area and zoom into the small one so that you can see the details better. And if you want to revert back so that they are comparable between each other, you can do this with a click. As always, you have the option to directly plan here. So if you want to do your planning, you can directly do this by dragging on the chart. And now you also have the option to configure a KPI card display. So the outcome, the total variance, and the relative variance for the combined result of the fields that you display in one of the small multiples charts in the visual. And you have all the options to configure this. So you configure every aspect of the visual, the outcome, how big you want this, and then also the subtitle details. Everything is fully configurable for you.
Lastly, in the visual planning visual, which enables you to plan directly in a chart, you now have the option of cell locking, planning by percentages, and entering data manually. This gives you even more flexibility and power and makes handling more detailed assumptions much easier. The newest addition to the Acterys apps family is Stripe, the gold standard in processing payments for businesses of all sizes. Now you can instantly connect and aggregate Stripe data and create in-depth reports around customers, sales orders, and revenue. Available for all our supported financial systems are the new board pack templates that provide executive insights, commenting and collaboration options in a beautifully designed dashboard. All these features have already been heavily tested with our preview customers. Here's some of their feedback. Our customers and their satisfaction are of course the quintessential metric of our success. In light of that, we are very grateful that some of the biggest Fortune 500 enterprises, government agencies, and the largest consulting firms have chosen Acterys in the previous quarters, contributing to a 230% year-over-year growth. Acterys was also awarded Cool Vendor status by Gartner, the most influential IT analysts in the world. We're also proud of the fact that, different to our industry where the main spend is marketing and sales, Acterys invests the majority of our revenues in R&D and product improvements, enabling us to deliver new features and improved functionality at a higher pace than anyone else in the market. We have a lot more in store for you, and here's a quick sneak preview into what we have planned to continue our success as the most innovative force in our industry. It predominantly revolves around adding new artificial intelligence planning capabilities and making complex planning logic scenarios even easier. I hope you enjoyed this launch session and it got you excited to try out all the innovation that we've developed for you.